be wondering, why am I here? My communication's okay. I can talk to other people. They understand what's going on. I mean, sure, there's a few bumps in the road here and there, but basically my communication's all right. What's the big deal? Why am I bothering this thing? Am I wasting my time? And I get it. I really do. Because I used to think the same thing. I thought, communication's okay. Well, sure, a few bumps in the road. Basically, I can get the point across. My communication's okay. Until one day I found out my communication wasn't okay. It almost cost me my job. Now, I'm a professional secretary. I've been doing that for years. Way back when I first started as a professional secretary, I had a guy on my desk, Ted. And Ted liked to go to New York every week. Big wig, flew to New York every week. And the thing is, he'd always book his travel at the last moment. But the thing was, he'd always want to stay at the most popular hotel in New York. You ever been in New York? You been there? Back me up in this. It's big, right? It's big. If you haven't been in New York, it's big. That's wall-to-wall people. I mean, if you don't book popular hotels for weeks, days, months, years in advance, you're not getting in. So I'd have conversations with the travel department, sort of like this. Travel, want to go and stay in La Fiesta Hotel? I say, sir, La Fiesta Hotel's booked up for months. Oh, well, travel, what else you got? And I wouldn't get Ted's hotel. And that went on for that week, and the next week, and the next week, and week after week went by, and I wasn't getting Ted into his hotels. Now you're probably thinking, Tim, that's a problem, right? That's an issue. You really ought to do something about it. Well, I knew that. And I had all sorts of great things all planned out in my head exactly how it would go. I would talk to Ted and I'd explain about how important it was, and how he needs to book things more in advance, or how he needs to stay in less popular hotels. And Ted would say, yes, Tim, you're right, you're correct, I understand. Thanks very much for bringing this to my attention. I'll change my ways immediately. I had it all figured out in my head. And then one day Ted said, Tim, get into my office. I thought, it must be about the hotels. So I got in the office and I said, yeah? Tim, why aren't you booking my hotels? I thought, well, maybe I should say, Ted, you need to book hotels further in advance. I can't tell him when to book hotels. I should just say, Ted, stay in less popular hotels. I can't tell him to stay in less popular hotels. I can't tell him when to stay in. I should just say, Ted, don't ever go to New York City. I know that's crazy. And suddenly I realized that I wasn't actually saying any of this stuff out loud. And all Ted heard was me saying, I looked up and Ted did not look amused. So I quickly thought, and I thought, okay, Ted, I'll book your hotels when they're available. I jumped up and I was ran out of that room. And I was sitting there at my desk. I thought, maybe he got the point. Maybe he got it. Maybe now he's going to start changing his ways, booking his hotels better. And next week came, last moment, booking a hotel I never heard of before. Said, travel, do you have a La Cucaracha hotel? Yes, sir, La Cucaracha's booked up for years. Said, okay, travel, what else you got? And Ted wouldn't get his hotel. And week after week went by. And one day the phone rang. I picked up the phone, I got a headset phone. It was Julianne on the phone. Julianne's a supervisor in charge of all the secretaries in the division I work for. So, Tim, why aren't you booking Ted's hotels? Well, Julianne, I would book them. It's just, Ted doesn't book things in advance. I don't know quite when he's going to book stuff. And it's just kind of a challenge. Tim, have you talked to Ted about the problems? Yeah, we're working it out. We had a discussion. And Tim, you've got a serious communication problem. You need to go to Toastmasters International. They have a club starting up. I strongly suggest you go now. And Timmy, we'll talk about this later. So that was my introduction to Toastmasters International. And I discovered something. I discovered you learn more when you're motivated. And I was really motivated by Julianne because I wanted to keep my job. Now, when I got in the door, They said to me, Tim, you know, you're going to learn more if you start taking on roles and doing speeches. So I started taking on roles and doing speeches. But to tell the truth, I was so motivated. If they had said, Tim, you're going to learn more if you jump up, rip off your clothes, run around the room, and cluck like a chicken, I would have been clucking away because I wanted to do my job. But fortunately, I didn't have to do that. And fortunately, I learned something important in Toastmasters. I learned about how to communicate better and more effectively, how to talk, think on your feet, how to get those points across, how to explain what you really need. And my relationship with Ted started getting better and better. As I started building those skills, the roles, the speeches, and doing that, became better and better at not only Toastmasters, but better at my job, better at life. I mean, it just took a lot of the stress out of life when I just knew that I could talk in front of people. It wasn't any big deal. It wasn't a concern. It wasn't an issue anymore. It just relaxed things a lot. Simple processes I learned in Toastmasters I could apply anywhere and at any time. And doing that, finally, I had a way to step back and just get things done. So I didn't waste time anymore. I'd get things done and make things happen. So you may be wondering, you know, why Toastmasters? What's the big deal? Well, here's the thing, is if you don't develop and build your communication skills, you can get into huge problems. You can get into huge challenges and huge troubles. I discovered that. Because if you're in a situation where you need to communicate and you don't, then you got a problem. So you may be wondering, why Toastmasters? Why here? What's the big deal? The answer is your job. They depend on it.